Hey, what's up, guys? I'm gonna be showing you today how to make a hardstyle kind of lead, and I'll show you where I made it. I'm using it in a remake of a song called Furiosa Melody I'm doing. So this is what the lead sounds like. Okay, so that's the lead itself, and this isn't a particularly difficult lead to make. It's just I found it to be rather interesting. So I'll show you quickly how I made it, because it's not a complex sound. It's fairly quick. So first thing is open up a new Serum, and set I don't want to use these saws, so I set up both to basic shapes and on sawtooth or just saw waves. So you're gonna do that for both oscillators, and then turn the voices up to 7 on each. Now for the first oscillator, we're gonna turn it down by 1 octave, so it's gonna be 1 higher and 1 lower. So we already have this. Fairly standard sound. It's saw, like a detuned saw. So we're gonna turn the detune down a bit to about of the first oscillator to about 0.7, and the volume down just a bit to about 60%. Alright, cool. So filter, not gonna be using it. And this is where the sound gets a bit weird in my opinion. Alright, so you're gonna turn on hyperdimension, and it's gonna sound kind of retarded. But what we're gonna do is turn the rate all the way up, the detune all the way up, and the voices all the way up to 7. Turn the mix down to about 35-ish%, or to about 30%, I think, around there. Now I'll try to show you the difference in the sound. So what I'll do here is I'll just copy this part. Alright, cool. Alright, so that's the main part of the sound, but without the hyper, it sounds like this. So that hyper part gives it just like a bit more, I guess, width. That's the way it just detunes it a lot. It sounds a lot more detuned with it, and that's the kind of sound I was going for. So you're gonna turn on dimension size to about 10%ish, and the mix up to about 30. Same thing. Alright, cool. Now for the last part. This part's just gonna give it a bit of vibrato because the original lead had that. So I quickly remade that. So you're gonna put on sources LFO1, set it to global master tune, and put it both ways. Alright. Now we're gonna set the amount to 1 because I want a little bit of vibrato, and turn the rate up to about 1/16. Now we're gonna make a typical your typical shape for vibratos. So you're gonna move that up to there, that's about there, and there you go. That's your typical shape. So we're gonna just excuse the mic hit, but yeah, you're gonna see it's a pretty standard sound. It's not very difficult. So yeah, I did do a bit of post-processing on the original sound. Not much, but there was a tiny bit. I don't know what I used the Serum effects for. Okay, so I put on even more hyperdimension, which you can do. It does widen the sound quite a bit. Not like of course I need to turn this on. So I put some EQing to make the higher ends go up, and then this is for this part, because it comes in like this. So that's what that's for. That's what that's for. But yeah, that's the main sound. You can do some processing on it. I just wanted to turn up the highs a bit, so I did, and I added some more hyper dimension to it. Same pretty much settings. I just turned it down a bit over here on the mix into it. But that's the basic hardstyle lead. So if that was helpful, I'm glad hopefully this helped you guys a little bit. I just thought it was a bit interesting the way the sound was made because I've never made a sound before with this much hyper on it. But yeah, hopefully you guys found it somewhat helpful. I hope it, you might have learned a bit of. Actually, I hope you might have learned a bit of something from this, even though there wasn't really much to learn. But yeah, if you liked it, a like would be an amazing help. And I'll be doing more tutorials in a bit, probably really soon. But if there's any kind of sound that you would like me to make, or just see if I can make, or from any one of my songs, I can gladly show. So just leave it in the comments below, and I'll do my best. Thanks.